Polkadot is absolutely crumbling. It is falling greatly, and we need to talk about why and what the future for Polkadot holds. I'm looking at the daily chart for DOT. You can see we are just continuously falling as we seem to be making newer and newer lows. Now, let's do have some perspective. The lows we're making are not like, hey, we haven't seen these lows in 13 years, right? The lows we're making, we were just blasting up through back in December, about 6 to 7 weeks ago. So this is not a catastrophe. But look, we've gone from 9.5 down to 6. I don't know the percentages in my head, but that's a pretty drastic fall. That's 33, 34% fall in a matter of a month. So why is this happening? Well, partly it's happening because we've had this fantastic run up in crypto since October. If you look at Bitcoin, you can even see we've had a run up in Bitcoin since November of 2022 when we were down around 16,000. The market was rising at basically a 45-degree angle, and then it almost went straight up during October, November, and December. This is the high it hit, about 49,000 right here when the ETFs were approved. And after that type of run up, you have to expect some kind of correction, pullback, retracement, whatever you want to call it. And that's what we're experiencing now in Bitcoin, as we're definitely in this 38 to 40,000 level that, well, that's just where we are. This is where it looked very dangerous for Bitcoin between the 13th and the 17th of January. My supposition back then was we were going to tag 40,000 and we would have to see how the market reacted once it hit 40,000. It almost hit 40,000 on this day, got bought up, had a little bounce, and then over the last 48 hours has crashed through the 48,000 mark. We could do something like this, a bounce out, but I do think we'll return. I do think we've got some more consolidation to do under 40,000 over the next few weeks and months. That is why DOT is falling. Bitcoin is just pulling it down. Here's the 13th to the 17th of January where Bitcoin was resting on the bottom of the channel. I said if it broke, it was going to pull these coins down, and it did break and is pulling the coins down. So that's why we're falling in DOT. DOT is not the only one. Be clear, be very clear. This is happening across pretty much every mature altcoin. ADA, downtrend, breaking support. VET, downtrend, breaking support. Solana, downtrend, breaking support. Avalanche, downtrend, breaking support. On and on I could go. Until we get past some of this pressure, I do think we'll end up challenging this 5.7 level. I can erase this now. Nope, that's not the one. I want the rectangle going. Yep, I do. I mean, we're in this level now. It's not going to surprise me for us to tag the bottom of this level, and then we'll have to see what happens. If Bitcoin does enter below 38,000 and enter that 38 or 34 to 38,000 level, we got to start looking at this level as being where we might land for DOT, if I can get that button to work. That would be kind of the ranging time in November that we had, right? So this started around the 6th of November. We broke out toward the top, but didn't really break out to the 5th of December. So we had almost a month in this range for DOT. 38 to 34,000 is very similar. We got into that level on the 24th of October, and we stayed in it until the 1st of December. So you see how these levels correlate. That's something that correlates here in DOT. So if we get below 38,000, you could expect over time for us to get below this 5.7 and actually start touching this 5 number again. That may be a good time. If you want to add to DOT and you have some cash lying around that it will not hurt you to lose or to invest in crypto, this might be a fantastic opportunity for you to pick up some more DOT. I'm hoping and thinking that 2024, we're going to look back and see these highs have been broken and we are resting comfortably above 10 in DOT sometime in 2024. But you just never know about crypto. The first step in our recovery will be, I've been seeing this on some of the other coins as well. You could go ahead and draw a trend line, something like that. The first step, and this just stops the bleeding. It does not heal the wounds. The first step is to get this level out of here. Break out of this trend line. We got to break above this trend line. Whether we're ranging while we do it or whether we pop out, we got to break above this trend line. Now, do not be surprised if something like this happens, okay? Because this is the real trend line. This just stops the bleeding. Breaking above this trend line actually gives us some more positive price action structure upward. Also, we have a level of resistance here that is pretty strong from 7.2 to 7.5. So I'm telling you, if we do this over the next couple of weeks, do not be surprised. Do not say, oh, we're done. We could absolutely go back down into some lower lows. I'm just warning you. So we got to break this level. But the real corrective price structure and the price action will start once we break this trend line and get back above 6.6 and get back into this range here. That all needs to happen together. If I take that time, look at the time here. Okay, you see where I would be, where we would be both above this line and outside this trend level? That's around the middle of February. Okay, so maybe that's when that happens. I don't know. Middle of February, we could still be lower and be below the trend line. My point is just, here's the trend line. That's what's going to determine, are we turning around out of this downtrend and starting to make some higher moves up? All right, that's what we have to watch for DOT. Be sure to stay with me. I'll keep you updated. I usually put out a video every day, and definitely every other day I'll get one out for DOT. So if you're interested in the price action for DOT and other altcoins, be sure to subscribe, and I'll keep you updated. Y'all be careful out there. Trade wisely.